Hey guys, how's it going and welcome back. The Yamaha FGX800C. They should have added an E because it does have electronics in this one after all. Anyways, along McQuaid yesterday, checking out guitars. Wanted to get back the blue, Pacific Blue Fender Bullet Squire Telecaster. It was actually up on their Black Friday sale and I'm like, 10 minutes too late. It's like, oh, somebody bought it. I was so heartbroken. I really wanted to get that one back. But it did go to a better purpose in life when I traded it in. So, you know, I kind of figured, you never know, right? If it's meant to be, it'll still be there, right? So they had put it away for Black Friday sales. And but somebody bought it. I was a little disappointed, but then I got to thinking, well, how I roll, if it's meant to be, it's mine. If it's not meant to be, I get to cry. But I'll get over it, wipe my tears, and move on. However, I was always looking at that FG800M going, that was a nice upgrade from the other one. And all satin finish, beautiful sounding guitar, but no electronics and no cutaway. And I am a bit of a cutaway fanatic for many reasons, one of which is comfort, upper fret access, and of course, the biggest one of all, the sound is different in a cutaway over a dreadnought, even in the same guitar model, just one being cutaway. Anyways, but hey, to each their own, right? Sitka spruce solid Sitka spruce top on this thing. I'm not really massively impressed with the full gloss finish, although it does look better when it's all polished up and you get all your fingerprints off every once in a while. It does kind of make a guitar a little tinnier, right? So it presents more mid-range and more treble when you have a finished top like this. Satin top and no finish at all is actually the best on a solid top because it allows the top to breathe and move properly, and it also gives you a lot more bass. Okay, so more low end, less mid and less treble. But with the finish on here, it stiffens the top up quite a bit, so you do get a lot more mid and treble, which, I mean, I'm not bad with it, when you play guitars that are just satin finished a lot, you kind of get used to that kind of tonal property, and you're kind of like, I really like that, right? Now, I wouldn't say I fell in love with this, but it is cutaway, it does have electronics, it does save me from putting electronics in the other one. It's a royal pain in the butt to install. I've done it many times over the years, it's not a big deal. It is, though, a pain in the butt and time consuming. But then again, also, it's kind of like one of those other things where it's like, I don't know. Anyways, so this has the electronics. It's got the mid-frequency sweep on this one, bass, mid, treble, main gain. It's got a built-in tuner, 2 AA batteries, which are on the side compartment here, and of course your output jack and your strap pin here. However, Yamaha kind of dropped the ball and didn't put a friggin' strap pin anywhere on the heel. And I'm kind of like, oh, wow, I guess I got something to do. I like the black binding. It's nice. It's solid black on the back, but on the front it's actually multi-layered, which is quite nice. Very nice around the sound hole too. It's got a tortoise pick guard on it, which is nice. Plastic black pins. That's about all we're going to tell you. So yeah, check the specs down below in the link. Just click on it and you'll get all the specs on all the other woods involved in this. And the tuners are good. Very easy to swap out because it's a nut and washer system. The guitar cost altogether $450 Canadian plus tax. Now, I didn't have to pay all that because I did trade in the FG800M that I had, and I traded in my Beat Buddy Mini version 2 because I had ordered in a new Beat Buddy original. Okay, not brand spanking new obviously, but it cost me $300 for a used one, so I can't complain. Better than $514 for a brand spanking new one. But the Beat Buddy original does what no other of their Beat Buddies can do. One of which is I can program whatever I want, throw it in there, I'm good, but also I can separate the genre from the drum kits. And I can mix them any way that I want within the limitations of programming, obviously. But it gives me a wider variety as well, right? And a lot easier to set it up and dial it in to play a specific song, where the version 2 Mini and the version 1 Minis, they are more basic models. Now the version 2 is a lot more advanced. So anyways, so I traded it in with that guitar and some money extra, and wasn't a whole lot extra, which was kind of nice. This is a $450 guitar, which I normally would not spend this kind of money on a right-handed guitar, because I am a left-handed player, always have been for over 40 years. Closer to 50 now. Oh my gosh, I'm getting old. Anyways, but I am bound and determined to learn right-handed, but I also need something that I'm comfortable with and I really want to enjoy playing. And even though I'm not really fussy on the gloss finish, I like the rest of it. I think it's a really fantastic guitar. It sounds great too. So you can actually run 1253s, which is what comes with it from the factory, or you can put on 52s. It's kind of your choice. So if you want a little bit thinner, couple of strings up top, then hey, go to the 52s. I'm just going to replace these strings when it's time with a set of Elixir Nano Web 1253s. They are my favorite string. I love the Nano Webs. Even on my Les Paul, they're fantastic for the electric versions. But for $450, you get a guitar that is not just beginner grade, but intermediate, as well as I believe pro players would actually quite enjoy this guitar too. Yamaha does make some amazingly built guitars for the money. Even their cheaper guitars, like my last one, the FG800M, that was like $269 or $279. That's actually pretty good for under 300 bucks. You get a lot of guitar for your money, like a lot. It's not like it was back in the 80s. You had to spend like $500 just to get a left-handed guitar, but even for a right-handed guitar, you'd be spending about $400, $450 for a beginner grade level. But even that beginner grade level was still actually pretty decent to get you into the intermediate area, but it wasn't a full intermediate level guitar back in that time period, right? Where today's guitars from Yamaha, you know, spend 200 bucks, spend 3, spend almost 5, $300 and up, you're getting what I like to call the BIP guitars. Beginner, intermediate, and pro level usability, okay? So no fret problems at all with this thing. Smooth, very, very smooth. Very nice leveled frets. Just really good fret work. I mean, Yamaha does a wonderful job on their guitars. Makes you wonder why I bought a Taylor, other than the fact that, well, it's Taylor and it's the sound I was after. Anyway, let's plug this in. I've got my Katana 50 watt fired up here. And a little bit of reverb, not a whole lot, no other effects. So I'm going to turn this up a little higher so that we can kind of drown out the guitar more. Now we do have a full EQ on here, bass, mid, treble, and a little mid-frequency sweep here. But I'm going to kill off the mid and the high, and I'm going to go full bass here. It is a bit of a tinnier sounding guitar because of the gloss. It doesn't allow the top to move and breathe as easily, which is a side effect to having a gloss finish. That's why satin finish or no finish is actually best on an acoustic, especially when you have a solid top. Give her some more power. Okay, so let's leave the bass at full. Let's bring that mid and the high around 9 o'clock on the dial, and let's pull that mid sweep back a little bit. Bass back. Let's put that control all the way to the right. Good sound. Right about there. You definitely got to fart around with your amp settings too. The EQ is nice on this, but you're going to have to do some EQ work obviously on your amplifier as well to kind of get that sound you're after. I'm limited on my skills on right-handed. I'm a way better lefty player. Anyway, so I have a goal in life, of course, and that's to be very good at playing both left and right-handed guitar. It's just one of those things. Very few people in the world can pull it off. Of course, very few people in the world also have the desire to try and pull it off, because it's not exactly an easy task to play both ways. And I'm still struggling, but I am at least getting a lot better. When I have songs in front of me to play, which is something YouTube frowns upon from other artists, you know, I can play a lot of songs very well right-handed even now, as long as I'm sticking with the basic chords or using a capo. I'm pretty good, okay? But I do have to spend more time at it, and I am still getting my wrist back in shape from my broken wrist I had this past summer. So that's also been a hindrance for a lot of things. Especially playing left-handed and trying to do bar chords because it was my right wrist I broke. But otherwise, yeah, I think as far as the guitar goes, I love the satin finish neck too. It's not sticky whatsoever. It's very fast neck. Super low action is nice. You barely have to put any pressure on the strings at all. So that kind of blows the myth out of the water of acoustics, you gotta press so much harder. No, you don't, not if they're properly set up. And from the factory, this thing is primo, okay? Anyways. So, overall though, I would definitely rate this guitar in that 4.5 out of 5 area. For 450 bucks Canadian, that's actually a decent price. You are getting a lot of guitar for the money. The preamps in these are actually pretty good. I had another, yeah, I believe it was a Yamaha Lefty. Yes, I did, with the same preamp. And I found that AMF control on this for the mid frequencies actually has this nice little sweet spot in there. It may be a different sweet spot for me than it will be for you, etc. But you will find that sweet spot in there when you're dialing that slider around, when you're really paying attention to your sound. And yeah, you're definitely going to be able to do a lot of dialing in of different tonal EQing with this thing, which is really nice. And hey, throw on a chorus pedal, whatever, you know, type of thing. Away you go. It's got a built-in tuner, which is extremely accurate. No problems there. I have no issues with the tuner. It works great, which usually built-in tuners on acoustics, for the record, they usually suck a lot of times. This one's actually pretty good. So, and it does have a battery indicator light too, to let you know that, hey, guess what? Time to change the batteries, because otherwise you're going to sound horrible. And being two AA's, you may have to change them a little more often than you would a 9-volt. However, far more common and far more cheaper when you think about it. You can go to any convenience store pretty much, even if you had to, pick up a cheap pack of AA's, even if they're basically the quality of dollar store brand batteries. It's going to get you through for a couple hours, right? I personally recommend Energizers or Duracells only because they're going to give you the longest amount of run time, you know, so because they're much higher milliamp and higher grade battery. So anyways, there were no batteries in this when I was testing it, and I was like, hey, no batteries? What's going on here? So anyways, they grabbed me a couple of batteries, if I can figure out how to open this stupid thing. There we go. Push the button down. We have power cell constant. So it's something, I guess, maybe Long McQuaid has cooking around somewhere. But anyways, that's what they had, and they threw them in, and they seem to be working fine, so can't really complain there at all. Fit and finish, though, is absolutely stunning on this thing. The only thing I would say bad-wise, no strap pin on the heel. I will not put a strap around the neck. I've done my time doing that. I've also heard the horror stories in behind that as well, and of course my own experiences in life. It will shift your neck. It can cause twisting. So don't put a strap down over here. Get a strap pin put into the heel, either at the very back, if that's convenient for you, or get one put on the side. I'm going to actually install my own right on the side down here. Now, I prefer the cutaway because you got the upper frets, so it's very convenient that way. It is a different tonal sound as well over a full dreadnought in the same model, just one being dreadnought, one being cutaway. The cutaway does change the sound. But anyways, strap pin is great too. At least you can put a strap on there and not worry about it. And of course, it's also doubles as your output jack. So, other than that, the wood, it's well matched up. It's very nice. They did a great job. I like the Sitka spruce. It's got a little tiny bit of bear claw in it, which is kind of nice. Not too much there. But otherwise, yeah, they did a fantastic job on building this thing. I really have no complaints about it. It's just a really nice instrument. Finish flaws. Maybe a little bit right in here on the edge. That would be about the only thing I could really say. It's just that little edge in there, just in the little corner here. A little bit here and a little bit there. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much, well, as close to perfect as perfect gets in this world. And I'm not going to worry about a little tiny flaw like that. That's normal to happen anyway, so, you know. Anyhow, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I got a long road ahead of me, still learning right-handed guitar. I'm teaching myself, obviously, because I've got all the left-handed jargon in me. It's just a matter of reversing everything, right? And it's weird going the other direction. As far as the fretwork goes, fantastic. Nice smooth edges, no problems, no burrs, no sharp edges, nothing. It's just fantastic as usual for Yamaha. I've not had a bad Yamaha experience yet, so that's pretty good after all the years I've been playing, and playing on Yamaha guitars quite a bit. It's a fantastic machine. So anyway, so if you're interested in something like this, it is a full-size guitar too, so you have to fit it to your body correctly. which is another thing. You need that natural pivot point, you know, and it is more comfortable when you have that natural pivot point. So, yeah, that's it. We're out. See ya.